For decades, Europe has relied on the United States and NATO for its security. That is undeniable. But as we have seen during the last weeks, times are radically changing. With shifting global politics, growing tensions, and with allies that are not predictable, the question is, should Europe stand up and take care of its own defense? Can we actually afford it? And if we do, what does this actually mean for our relationship with the United States? Let's see what Europeans think about it.
Could Europe handle its own defense as America focuses less on our continent?
I think Europe should invest more on that matter, and I think we are not really prepared as America, I think.
American defense is very important for us.
We should get stronger to protect each other.
Je dirais que je l'espère. Naturellement, l'Amérique, comme on va dire, comme la Russie, sont deux énormes puissances et on est juste au milieu. Mais il faut faire confiance à l'Europe, ça de toute façon.
At this moment, I don't know, but it should get prepared for that because I guess we have no choice.
It's yes, but the thing is that we need to unite a little more and to think a little more as a whole, which is by far our biggest weakness.
Should Europe create its own army, or is it just wishful thinking?
Should, but again, focusing especially on more not on war and especially on defense and diplomatic approach.
I would like that we could be in a situation we don't think about those things.
I think it's very important to Europe build its own army.
Looking at the current situation of the world, I think we should be prepared as much as possible, and I hope we don't use it.
Mais je pense qu'il serait quand même une bonne chose que l'Europe pense à sa propre défense. Mais ça serait une excellente chose si elle pouvait vraiment prévoir sa propre défense elle-même.
Europe definitely needs to get more independent.
The more you concentrate on arms and army, the more threat actually comes your way. I would gladly side with that, but from practical point of view, I guess we need to protect ourselves. Yeah, we have to create our army.
Would a stronger EU defense bring us closer together or divide us?
It could maybe divide us.
Je pense que ça pourrait être une solidarité qui serait un peu plus importante.
To me, to make European closer is not the army that is important, but thinking to other aspects that are our history, culture.
Well, I guess it will be the same old story, that the economic situation and the world outlook among member states actually varies, which means that some will be more prepared to invest more money and others will want to rely on big countries or other countries.
In the short term, definitely, politics, it will divide us, but long term would unite us.
So I guess it will not be easy to agree upon it, but I think we have to do it.
How do smaller EU countries feel about relying solely on NATO?
It's insecure because we are a small country and we have no sufficient people.
I think every small country, every small group feels a little insecure when depending on others for anything.
Mais je pense que l'OTAN est une bonne chose aussi. Il faut réunir toutes les forces qui sont possibles justement pour défendre le territoire de l'Europe.
NATO is of course has been an important role, but to me now it's under the desire of the USA and is not focused really on peace, but is masking under the name of peace in economical interest and other aspects.
Those times are over, and why would somebody care about your security more than you yourself?
Where is the money for an independent security is supposed to come from?
It's a good question.
I don't know. I think many people don't know, and that's a problem.
Ça, c'est le gros problème, on va dire.
If we want to create a common force, we have to contribute proportionally into it.
It should come from national budgets and getting together on the EU level. In my dreams, there's just no budget needed for defense because, come on, just let's get rid of everything that is related to defense, but on every part of the world. But that would be easier.
Build an European army or keep defense national?
Right now, build an European army.
Build an European army.
Je dirais plutôt pour une armée européenne.
I think an European army.
Judging from our previous experience, it takes ages, agreed something. So if we have to make a quick solution, I would say stick to the system we have now, national.
EU.
Stay tied to NATO or push for full independence?
Stay with NATO.
Stay with NATO.
Non, rester dans l'OTAN.
That depends if we can be independent inside NATO and have our own position. But in this way, I prefer to be independent.
I think we have to prepare to be fully independent.
The NATO link is crucial to us, but we need to put some more balance in it. And this can be done by unitize on a little more unity on the EU level.
Spend more on defense or focus on diplomacy?
Focus on diplomacy.
More money on defense.
Il faudra toujours investir au niveau de la défense.
Focus on diplomacy for sure. Nobody talk of peace, nobody talk of diplomacy. And this is not in Europe civilization.
I would still, now, this week, I would still give it a try with diplomacy. And then if it fails, then we choose the other option.
Diplomacy. Definitely.
It is a fact that Europe needs to become able to defend itself without the help of the United States. It is not secret that Europe finds itself at a turning point when we speak about security. The new American president has thrown off the mask a few days ago. The United States have abandoned Ukraine and the rest of Europe in the middle of a war with Russia. Do we finally take matters into our hands or we stay with NATO? Is this the best thing to do? What is your take? Send us your thoughts in the comments. See you next time.